Graffiti Japan! Yeah, all the time me on business. I'm all about my business, but I ain't got no briefcase. Yeah, all I got's some whiskey. Open now the whiskey, bring it to you. Yeah, I'm leaning up against the door, and my feet set to the floor, and the mess I long ago. Yeah, I've been in before. I'm a broken man, needing remedial lands. I'm all about my business. Let me love you till the morning. Let me love you till the morning, yeah.
What's up, faders? Welcome to yet another action-packed episode of Got Faded Japan, and I am your host, Johnny. And this is episode number 741, I believe. And faders, I've got some good news and bad news. The good news is, well, here we are. We're doing a podcast, and we're having fun together. Bad news is, well, gosh, man, I was supposed to hang out with Tom today, but Tom's busy with his kids, so here I am podcasting all by myself. All by myself, I'm just podcasting all by myself.
Broken the set already.
The set's broken.
I have a problem.
Yes, no, you faders, I'm not by myself. Today actually is an absolutely fantastic episode because I am here with the one, the only LADYBEARD.
What's going on? Got Faded Japan. It's a LADYBEARD coming at you 2024. Shut the kitchen door 2025 and keep this man alive. How you going, my man? How are you, brother?
So good to see you.
Dude, it's been a million years.
It's been a long time, man.
Good to see you, bro.
Oh, it's good. We're going to see the cops in a second. I'm sure my neighbors are going to call the cops.
Call the cops when you see LADYBEARD.
Mr. Nagano upstairs is be like, Jordan, shut the fuck up. Are you drunk? You've been drinking. It's already 4 o'clock.
4 p.m. Shotto.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm a degenerate. I'm a podcaster, for God's sake.
So I'm so happy to be here, bro. So, Got Faded. The Got Faded podcast was the very first thing that I did when I arrived in Japan 10 years ago.
Was it really?
The first public thing of any kind I did, LADYBEARDing, was this podcast.
That's amazing, man.
It's amazing. Here we are now. So you said episode 741?
I think it's episode number 741.
Dude, that is so many billion podcasts. What the hell is this thing just came up on the screen here?
Okay. So, all right, whenever I turn on, like, my, my camera on my... Here we go, on my PC, what happens is this thing called reactions turns on automatically.
Sick.
So when you make like gang signs or something or whatever, all of a sudden like there's like signs that show up or whatever.
You're joking, so I can like throw goats and...
No. I just turned it off. Yeah. It doesn't do any of the cool ones, like thumbs up, thumbs down, heart, really? Happy face, you know?
Heart. I could do a tiny heart. This is popular with the kids.
Yeah.
Tiny heart.
Kind of works. Yeah, like that kind of
yeah, man, so you the 741, I don't know what number my other one, my first one was, but it would have been back like, I don't know, 100 or something, right?
Let's see here. The first one that you did was with Shank, so that means, and he left the show on episode 101, and it was in his third studio, which means it's got to be at least like episode 90?
Damn, bro, it's amazing. Good job on this podcast, bro. You're still going.
Still
very
alive.
impressive. So very impressive. So, dear viewers, let me tell you a fact that I got from watching a podcast. It turns out that allegedly 90% of people who start a podcast don't make it past episode 10. And then of that 10%, 90% don't make it to episode 100. Yeah. So you are like a 1 percentile podcaster, my friend. Good job. It's very impressive.
Yeah. Actually, I started before Joe Rogan.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, someone needs to get sued!
Yeah.
Really?
I need real sponsors. No, I've got great sponsors. My sponsors are fantastic. But I mean like Coca-Cola, Adidas, Nike, Tesla. I want the guys that give me like millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, you had Elon on the podcast. It's totally reasonable that he's sponsoring you.
Did I?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Episode, 400 and
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Come on, Elon, hook me up. Hook me up with some of that Tesla money.
Delicious coffee.
It's great coffee, huh? Oh, Faders, we're drinking coffee today. It's a coffee podcast.
It's delicious. I gotta work on keep my chin down on camera because I do this, my head looks huge. You
Is
gotta
it
keep my
weird?
chin down. There we go. Look at that.
Is it the angle of the camera?
No, what's the angle of my face on the camera? You know what I'm saying?
Right, okay.
But that, no, like in this situation, this camera is beautiful. You got a wonderful setup here. You've got art I've destroyed.
Yep.
You got this lovely studio
That you've destroyed.
You got the cat. You got my boy Johnny. This is
Ew.
bananas. This is out of control. So
Where's that cat?
dude? Where's that cat? Yeah, bro. So the first thing I did in Japan was got faded.
Yeah.
And then we did another one like a year later or so, I think.
We did it 2 years later.
2 years later.
Yep.
And now here we are, 10 years after the
10
first
years.
one.
Yeah, wow.
This is bananas, bro. So, what's been happening?
I've been podcasting.
Good.
A
Excellent.
lot.
Good.
Well, life is good. I'm doing the art thing. I've been
Good.
doing that for ages. I've got an exhibition coming up at Tokyo Art Tank Volume 11.
Good.
So that's absolutely fantastic. Faders in the commercial. Check it out. All the information's there. 27 artists, 5 rooms, big cafe, and
Wow.
lots of amazing artwork.
27 artists.
Yeah, 27 artists. So the last one we had was 35 artists,
Wow.
I think. And 27 I think is a good number.
You are well organized because organizing anything is difficult. Like just organizing
yeah.
yourself to go on a picnic is hard, but then organizing 27 different, not just people, but
Yeah.
freaking artists who
Oh,
are
they're the
scatterbrained all
worst.
over the place. That's very impressive, bro. Good job.
Thanks, man. Thank you. And speaking of impressive, man, your career has been absolutely impressive.
Thank you,
Since
man.
the first time we met to like now, you've been doing so many amazing things.
Thank
and,
you, man.
It's so great to meet somebody and then see how their career is like completely developed and exploded. And yours has just been absolutely beautiful.
Thank you, bro.
And the thing is, at first, like when I was thinking about like having you on the show, I was like thinking about like asking you about like your origin story and stuff or whatever. And I think every time that you do a podcast or an interview, you're always talking about your origin for like 5 minutes, right?
No, I've got the
And
20-second version condensed.
do you
That's
really?
what I did.
Well, the thing is, though, I don't want to talk about your origin story on this podcast because we did that the first time you're on the show.
That's right.
And the second time you're on the show.
Yep.
And also, you have a podcast.
I do.
You do have a podcast. I've been listening to your podcast.
Thank you.
And on episode number 43 and 44, you break down the full, like, I think it's like 3 hours of your origin story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is absolutely amazing, Faders. Like, if you want to hear the origin story, which should be a movie, to be honest.
Thanks, bro.
This right here is a movie. It's
Thank you,
literally a movie in the making, where basically it's about a guy doing martial arts that gets into like all sorts of like pro wrestling, and then the economy goes bad. He's trying to do acting, and then he goes to China and Hong Kong and all these other wonderful places, and it's just like the hard work and dedication, the highs and lows that you experience is just amazing. The grind.
Thank you, man.
You said the word the grind like a million times. Like I just had to keep on grinding and stuff.
Oh, bro.
Until
Grind.
until you became LADYBEARD, and
Yeah.
actually LADYBEARD exploded, and
Yeah, it's
now you're
good now.
traveling the world doing so many amazing, beautiful things and making so many people around the world so happy. So
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
yeah,
It's
well,
very
no, it's
nice to
honest.
hear.
It's
Bless you.
honest,
Thank you,
So,
homie.
but yeah, so Faders, what I want you to do is I want you to go to iTunes, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast, and check out. It's called Cat with Beard from Japan podcast. Is that right?
That's correct.
That's
Cat
right.
with beard from Japan.
Yep. And episode number 43 and 44 is where you're going to hear the in-depth story of LADYBEARD, and it is absolutely spectacular. It's amazing.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
There's other episodes too, so you can also listen to them.
Yeah,
if
you should
want.
start off with one.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. But so we're at episode, I think we're at 103 or so. Are
you really?
You're kicking our ass, bro.
Wow. Oh my
so we are
gosh.
also 1 percentile podcasters, but not like you are, my friend. You're 7 times what we've done. It's amazing.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your podcast?
Yeah, it's LADYBEARD and a lovely young lady called Kathy Cat, who's from Germany, and so she is also a talento here in Japan.
Yep.
She does TV and what have you, she's on NHK and other things.
Yeah.
And she has a YouTube called Ask Japanese, when she interviews Japanese people in the streets, which is very popular.
Very cool.
And so, so she and I got put together by a radio station. They said, we're going to do this English podcast. It was that radio, so this radio station in Japan called Bunka Hoso, big time radio station. They
Very
wanted
big.
to do their first ever English podcast. So they got me and Kathy in and said, perfect podcasting duo, hit it up.
Cool. Very cool.
Tell you what, Kathy's very smart, man. She's fluent in English, German, and Japanese. It's incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
I'm still so bad at Japanese after 10 years. I'm still so bad.
I just know bad words.
But you've been here for like 72 years, yeah?
I've been here for a while. Yeah. This is a fake. This face is a mask. This hair is fake. It's a toupee.
It's like we said about Jim Carrey. He looks like Jim Carrey, right? The Mask.
No.
The Mask himself. Look at this lovely handsome mask.
Oh boy! Now every time I leave this place, they're gonna say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
like a glove. I'm gonna pull that at you.
No,
What was?
I get got fit in Japan sometimes. I hear got fit in Japan. I'm like, hey, Thank
Good, do you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Good.
Not every day.
Really?
Thank God.
Someone rides
Yeah.
past on a bicycle and does that?
No,
I
they usually say Danny DeVito. I'm like, no.
I don't understand this Danny DeVito reference. What's going on?
I think because I look like Danny DeVito.
Do you? Isn't Danny DeVito a short, chubby man? Tell me one way in which you look like him.
I'm short and chubby.
Oh, all right. Very good. Very good. I can see the
personality.
resemblance. Oh, fair enough. I imagine like a German man riding past on like a penny farthing bicycle going, God fade in Japan, as he goes by. That's what I imagine.
I would love that. Cling, cling. Oh my gosh. I think Tom gets recognized more than me. He's taller. Yeah.
Wow, that makes you stand out in Japan for sure.
Oh God, he's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a vertically gifted human being.
Totally. And now he's working in construction, right?
Oh, good.
So he's working in construction. Now his hands are all rough. His hands are like baseball gloves rough,
really?
you know? And then now he's getting like all these muscles. Like he's still like a big guy, but like he's got these muscles. He's like, hey, Johnny, check this out. Is this cancer? I'm like, no, dude, those are muscles.
That's a bicep. That's what that is. That's awesome, man. He'd be like a barbarian or a Viking or something.
Yo, dude, the guy's like a barbarian.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to hang with him. He sounds rad.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we got to
he's
go
always
like
busy.
rock throwing.
I prefer axes. Oh my gosh.
The cops turn up. What are you doing? Just three men, one of us in a skirt, throwing rocks, throwing boulders.
Carry on.
Why would you do that? Well, look at Tom. How could you not throw a rock next to this man, right?
I think the cops will start throwing rocks at him.
Right, fair enough. Good point.
Like, well, we got to stop this madness.
Yeah, they either throw the rock or roll the rock. It'd be rock and roll.
Oh, God. There we go. Okay, next question.
All right.
All right. So your podcast is amazing. You guys are doing really good. Congratulations on number 100.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Absolutely spectacular.
And when this goes to air, I really shouldn't do this. If you go and watch episode 100 on the YouTubes, we have a challenge when we're going to do a live stream in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And so Kathy we have a challenge. Kathy will do the number of squats of the same number of likes that the video gets. So she will do squats according to the likes. And I'm doing squats according to the views. So we're currently on 1,078 or something. So if you go and watch that video a bunch of times, then I'll be doing like 2,000 squats or something. So,
dude, you're gonna break your muscles.
I could. Well, then the next day I've got to go DJ in another country. So,
oh my gosh, you're DJing now. So what are you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing a lot of stuff.
I do a lot of stuff.
So the DJ thing, like you told me about that a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, DJ. So tell me about like being a DJ.
I DJed one of your shows once, didn't I? Ages ago, like 1,000,000 years ago.
You mean the Frankenbach show?
Yeah, did I DJ? I can't even remember.
No. You were just singing in that show when
I can't
Frankenbach
remember.
performed.
I started DJing back in. Now it's an interesting thing when you say DJ because in this generation, plug in your phone and press play on your MP3 player kind of counts as a DJ, right?
Anything counts.
Yeah, but I learned to actually DJ on the machines. In 2018, I started doing that, and that's hilarious. It's quite, because so for the uninitiated, hello, my name's LADYBEARD. I'm a cross-dressing pro wrestler and heavy metal singer from Australia. I've been based in Japan for the past 10 years, working all over the world. All right, so
now that that's out of the way.
that's sorted out. So normally I do my idol show. I'm like a kawaii metal idol. So I'm in a group called LADYBEARD with two adorable young Japanese girls. So it's babies plus LADYBEARD equals BabyBeard. Very straightforward. Even for the most academically challenged, this makes sense. So normally what we do is we go on stage with me and the girls and we all dance and the girls will sing and I'll scream in the middle and this is our performance, and then always in the middle of the show some pro wrestler character comes on stage, takes issue with LADYBEARD.
Nice.
We need to have the giant battle in the middle of this live music venue. I need to dispose of him and then get back to singing and dancing. It's very tough. Anyway, so that's what we usually do. But now with DJing, it's quite interesting because it's me by myself, so we don't have the girls there at this stage. That was part of the plan, but we got ruined by the pandemic, basically. But so it's me, and there's not the girls with me, but it's an interesting dynamic, the DJing, because you have to, when you're doing the live show, we work off tracks. We don't have a live band,
Yeah.
So we're kind of at the mercy of a sound technician. Like a lot of the time, if something goes wrong with the equipment or a sound technician doesn't start things at the right time or something, we just have to improvise and figure it out on stage, right? These things happen sometimes. When you're DJing, that's my responsibility. So if something goes wrong, I'm the idiot. So it's now I've got to work out all this music and then get up and dance and whatnot. Then get back down and work out the music for the next music. Get up and more dancing and so forth. So there's a lot going on. I'm very busy at this DJ show. I'm very busy.
Yeah.
Very very
Sounds
busy.
like it.
Remarkably busy. Now I'm the idiot. That sentence just defines Lady Beard's life. Now I'm the idiot.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm the idiot. 100%, I am the idiot.
This is like the blind leading the blind or something. So yeah, don't worry about it. But what kind of music are you DJing?
It tends to. Well, I get booked for all kinds of different shows, so it depends on what the show is. So recently we did in Japan. We did Geki Rock. So that was a metal set because it's the Geki Rock is a metal establishment.
Yeah.
But then a lot of the time, I DJ overseas. So before the pandemic, I was mainly DJing in mainland China. So it was a case of just we were playing, nightclubs like nightclubs.
Doing that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So I had to play the EDM and the hard style and all that. All this, dub step, all of this.
Really?
Yeah, all of this.
Wow.
Yeah. So doing all that, and so it's dear me. Do you DJ? I have a feeling you do that as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, my DJ story. I started DJing when I was in college back in the day, and we used records back then, and I would scratch, and I played drum and bass. Yeah, that's why I have record coasters. I got records. I still got my turntables in the back. I could break them out.
No joke, really?
Yeah.
Let's just do a live stream, the Got Faded Johnny session.
Oh god, that'd be funny. But that might actually be kind of cool. Anyway, but yeah, so I was DJing for a while. Then I organized like DJ events and stuff in San Francisco. I organized a lot of raves, and I actually kind of put myself through college by organizing raves.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
organizing raves.
Well, it was raves and nightclub events. Like I had like the second or third biggest like drum and bass hip hop event in San Francisco.
No joke.
For a while, yeah. It's called Melting Pot.
I know Melting Pot.
No. Maybe I'm sure there's a new Melting Pot.
Okay. This was
from like 1996 to 2001.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And hang on. So organizing club nights, big money, enough to get you through college?
Oh, dude, in San Francisco, you can make so much money back then. Maybe even now. I don't even know. I have no idea what the scene is now. But back then, yeah, dude. I mean, we had lines out the doors. I mean, I had one club that was I was organizing events at. It was like this huge mega club. And then I had like a warehouse in Oakland. And then I had like another club that had like 2 rooms in it that I did like 2 weekend events or weekday events like on Tuesday and Thursday. So yeah, I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Wow. And then when I came to Japan, I started like DJing at nightclubs like Yellow and Womb and let's see, Milk. A lot of clubs that aren't around anymore. Not because of me, of course, but so like I was organizing a lot of events and like DJing around Tokyo, and I'm going on a couple of tours and stuff. But then I just kind of like slowly moved forward to like live painting and artwork and stuff, and that kind of took over and took a lot of my time, and it's just like when you're working full time and you start like getting really involved in artwork and start doing other kind of like pursuits, you got to kind of let go of other pursuits, and it's just like I DJ'd for a while. I think the last time I DJ'd, I think I was like 32 years old or something.
No joke.
But yeah, so I mean, my friends that still DJ, and still organize events, they're like, dude, you got to get back into DJing and stuff, dude. You're scratching, you're playing drum and bass. Nobody scratches and plays in drum and bass or anything. You got to do it, man. You got to get back. And I'm like, yeah. And just like last week, I was at one of my because I still organize tons of events like art exhibitions and rock and roll and music events and punk rock events. So I've kind of like expanded and stuff. But every so often somebody will ask me like, dude, you got to get back into it. Like, dude, I'll book you. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I know. But
so all right, so you can scratch on vinyl or use the CDJ on vinyl.
Vinyl, yeah.
No joke.
I have no idea how to use a CDJ.
Really?
No idea. Okay. I never really did. I did once. Like it was like 2004. My friends and I went down to Nagoya. Where was it? It was Kobe. Went down to Kobe, and we're on the beach. And my friend's friend owned a beach bar. In the beach bar, there's like a turntable set, like a DJ setup. But it was like CDJs, right? And they're like, "Yo, you're a DJ. You should DJ." And I was like, "I don't know how to do this." And like, "Here, just play stuff," So I kind of figured it out. So I started playing music, and then all of a sudden, all these people started dancing, and I was just like, "Oh, great!" Because I was on vacation. I didn't want to DJ.
Not anymore.
Yeah, right. So for the next hour and a half, I was just like playing music, trying to figure it out and stuff. Trying not to train wreck or anything. So I did that, and so I did play at CDJs once.
It is quite funny when you're train wreck on stage, isn't it?
Oh God, no, not at all, not at all. Because like once you do it a little bit, like the thing is, if you slip a little bit, right, where it's like like that, all the DJs know, so you can tell who's the DJs because all of a sudden the DJs they start looking at you.
I gotcha.
And then once it gets really bad, like a real train wreck, then everybody stops dancing. You hear, "You suck." You're like, "Oh no."
I just call it for myself first. If I train wreck, I'll just get the mic and go, well, that was terrible. And we'll just try and move on, just try and get past it.
You could do that, but me, I couldn't get away with it.
Oh, of course you can.
If
You
I
just bust out some Ace Ventura line, you'll be fine.
Oh God, I'm never gonna live that down. I prefer Danny DeVito, by the way, faders.
So I still don't understand this Danny DeVito. My image of him is with him and Arnold in Twins, and frankly, you don't resemble that at all.
I think it's the personality.
Okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, okay, I guess I can kind of see that, eh? All right, fair
I
enough.
pulled out my guns.
So, all right, man. So you DJ McDJ, but you don't do the DJ McDJ anymore. But I got to tell you, it's very impressive that you have this skill set of being able to organize events, because that is very, very tough work.
Oh, yeah.
Very tough work.
I've got like 5 events in the workings, but right now, dude, this is crazy. Tokyo Art Tank is like a 1-week exhibition, right? And so that itself is an event. But on every single day, I have events. So, for example, on Monday, I've got a cocktail party, like a meet and greet with the artist. On Tuesday, I've got a poetry reading and artwork, right? So it's like people are going to do poetry reading with the artwork and stuff. And then on the next day, I've got art and yoga classes, and then I got a film festival. Oh, wow. And then the next day, I've got drawing classes, like all day. And then the next day after that, I've got watercolor painting, and then I've got bands, like 6 bands performing. Then on the next day, I've got DJs performing, but they're I guess, what's it called? It's like this new kind of like a glitch DJ kind of thing. Anyway, it's this weird thing. And then on Sunday, the final day, I've got kids that are going to show up. It's like this kids crew that DJs. So these kids show up and they're like anywhere from 8 to 12 years old. And then they DJ with 45 records, like records the size of like my coasters right here, which is pretty crazy. And everyone's like asking me like, why are you doing all this? I'm like, because man, when you go to an art exhibition, or an art gallery, it's completely empty except for on the opening party or the closing party.
Oh, true that.
All throughout the week, nobody shows up, nobody sells any artwork, and it's boring, right?
I see.
But for me, I bring people in every single day of the week. And then, you know what the thing is? That's the people come in, they check the place out, they have like a free, they see they'll look up films at the film festival, or maybe they learn how to draw or something, or they check out the poetry, and then they buy a t-shirt from an artist, or they buy some stickers, they buy a painting. So at my art exhibitions, almost every single artist sells a lot of work.
Good, man. That's wonderful.
Crazy, yeah.
That's wonderful, dude.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look, you're an artisan. You're an events organizer. You're an entrepreneur selling the art of the artists of Tokyo. You, sir, are a net positive on the nation.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, likewise, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
So all right. Yeah, so you're DJing, and you're DJing in many different countries, which I think is absolutely awesome.
Thanks, man.
And then you're all right. So tell me about BabyBeard.
Yes,
let's talk about BabyBeard. So dude, BabyBeard is awesome. I love
Thanks,
I love your music. I love the music videos. I think you're doing some amazing stuff. The concerts are really cool. So tell me about BabyBeard.
All right, so I'm in this idol group, to use the Japanese expression, idol group, this Japanese pop group.
Yeah.
With these 2 adorable young ladies, Suzu and Mari.
Very talented.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Yeah, so it's wonderful. So I got stuck in a different group that looked just like this back in 2015 or something. And that group blew up all over the world, went very well. We had a song called Bipon Manju, which blew up on the internet. And that went very, very well. That group came apart because with the BS and the politics and all that. But then came apart, but it was made very clear to me by all my fans and whatnot. The fans wanted to see me do that again. So once we were in a position with the politics and that we could, we said, all right, cool, let's get 2 new girls and we'll make a new group, and that's BabyBeard, and it's excellent. Yeah, so it's a different thing being a solo artist with a pair of backup dancers versus being in a 3-person group. Because you see a lot of groups on stage, a lot of dance groups or pop groups or whatnot, and they're not really groups. They're like, 3 individuals all doing their own thing. Sort of, maybe, approximately the same.
Yeah.
But actually being a group is very hard. Like, everyone operating as a unit. Yeah. And trying to, put their own ego aside for the sake of the performance and whatnot.
Oh, LADYBEARD,
That's actually very hard. That's actually very hard to make that happen.
I can imagine,
getting here's what's up. If
Yeah.
everyone does the exact same thing at the exact same time, it looks awesome. Like, see, especially because I'm, big, hairy mother lover, and the girls, these two sweet, adorable little girls. If we get it right, it really looks amazing, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, it's, getting from 0 to 60 is kind of easy enough. Anyone can do it. Getting from 60 to 90 is much, much harder. Now, getting that last 10%, so what's really, really good, is very, very hard. So it requires a lot of rehearsal, a lot of frustration. Everyone's always like, damn it, so it's very hard. But I'm like, I get so proud, right? Because when we do a good job, you can see it, and you're like, good, excellent,
Perfect.
right? Yeah.
Oh
So
my gosh.
please go and check us out. LADYBEARD is at LADYBEARD_Japan. While you're there, go to LADYBEARD at LADYBEARD_Japan. And Got Faded Japan. Hey, I got it right here. Hey.
No,
Does your cat have an Instagram?
Does my cat? She does.
What is it? Shasha?
It's Joshua the cat. Yep. But yeah, she's got a little Instagram. Oh, she's so cute. Is she adorable?
We came in and Zsa Zsa looked so upset that we had disturbed her slumber. She's
like, I was sleeping. I was sleeping.
This face.
I was sleeping.
She was
Can I get
hating
some
it.
snacks? Can I get some? Give me some snacks. You gotta give some snacks. I want a snack. Where's my snack? Come on, give me a snack.
Now I am starting to see the DeVito.
Yeah. The DeVito comes
100%.
out. Yeah.
The DV.
Yeah.
I should say that. That's a bad connotation, doesn't it?
All right, we're gonna have to cut that out.
Yeah, we have to cut that 100%. My goodness.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So Baby Beard's very good. So I'm sorry, I totally interrupted when you tried to start a sentence.
Please. No. You're here to talk. I'm here to chill.
We just came back from Boston, which was this
Did you
group's-
really?
Yeah.
Love Boston. Great people
Boston
in
was
Boston.
wonderful.
Yeah.
It was this group's first ever show in the United States.
Are you serious?
I've been there many times to perform, but for the group, it was our first time. It was wonderful. We went to Anime Boston.
Wow.
We had a wonderful time. Everyone came to
Wow.
Anime Boston. Thank you so much. We had a wonderful time with you.
cool.
Wow. Arigato. Yeah. It's good. So we're all over the freaking world now.
That's great.
The world, this world, that world, the next world. We have an Australia tour coming up.
Cool.
So, dear friends in the homeland, we're coming down end of June, start of July. Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. Go and get your tickets now at High Festival on the Instagram. That's where it is. Or just go to our Instagram. You can link it up. It's fine. You'll figure it out. And I don't want to say anything that Shiori's gonna get upset about. I'm looking off screen to my manager Shiori. She's
There's
adorable.
management here. I'm watching what I'm saying, Faders. I'm biting my tongue. I'm letting him do all the talking tonight. I'm like, yeah, just go for it. Just go for it.
Adorable little Japanese girl. She looks just like this, but behind this adorable face hides a demon. So I need to be careful what I
That's the
say.
bodyguards thing.
But I'm just saying, since we have been to Boston, that may or may not mean we now have a work visa to go to the United States. Mm-hmm. So that may or may not mean we might be appearing in the United States once more sometime in the near future. I'm just suggesting. It's a mere speculation. But so you can follow our Tweetamajigs and our Instagrams and our TikTokies and YouTubies and all of that. You'll see all the information there.
That is awesome. Well, I hope you can make it out there. There's a lot of great people there, and I'm sure that if you perform in like Los Angeles and like there's so many like right now like the whole anime and metal thing coming together and stuff is so big. I think like there's like quite a few bands that started that like maybe 7-8 years ago, like baby metal, and they planted seeds where now there's all sorts like American style bands like that, and not just America, like in Canada, Mexico, like all over the world and stuff. There's a lot of bands that are similar to that. So I think like if you go there, you're going to fit in so well, and I think you're going to completely expand your audience. I mean, right now you're pretty big, but I think it's going to be way bigger. When you go there, and I think you're going to be welcome with like welcoming arms.
Thank you, man. I hope so. Let me ask you something about the United States and the art scene there.
Why?
I hope we better not say anything that's going to get us in trouble.
It's good.
What's the current state of South by Southwest? Is it looking good?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I've been in Japan way too long, man. I've been here for over 20 years.
No. Okay.
South by Southwest, isn't that an airline?
Maybe it is.
Doesn't it sound like an airline?
Does sound like an airline.
Welcome.
That's a good point.
Welcome to South by Southwest.
South by Southwest Airlines.
I got bumped up to first class. I love it.
Your life vest is under your seat.
The mileage points are amazing.
All right, cool. South by Southwest, the other South by Southwest, the music festival in Austin, Texas. Yeah. Used to have a Japan night when Japanese acts would go there. And
really?
I think Perfume went there back in the day and whatnot. Perfume was one of their first Japanese acts, I think.
Wow, way back in the day, yeah.
We were talking to them ages ago about going over for Japan night, but then somehow it never materialized. But Yeah, I just wonder how it's going. No idea.
I have no idea.
You can write in the comments your opinions of South by Southwest Music Festival in Austin, Texas.
And if you fly, let us know how good they are.
That's right. If you fly South by Southwest to South by Southwest, you can give a 360 review of the experience. Now, just remind me, where are you from in the United States?
I grew up in Michigan, and then I lived in California.
But then you moved to LA.
San Francisco. We're just messing up my location. We're going to change my whole history.
California. Sorry,
I am
California.
Danny DeVito. I'm from Philadelphia, where it's always sunny. Apparently. I've been to Philadelphia once, and it was raining, actually. It was terrible weather there. People were great.
Have you actually been to Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Because I haven't.
Really?
And, yeah, tell me about it.
It's just like Pittsburgh, but bigger.
I've never been to Pittsburgh either.
Okay, well, it's just like Los Angeles, but completely different. If you've ever been to Los Angeles, just flip it. And you're just like, aha, Philadelphia.
They are famous for their cheese. Are they not?
That's Wisconsin.
No, Philadelphia. Do you have a Philadelphia steak and cheese, something, Philly cheese? Philly cheese.
Cheeseburger. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's a sandwich. They got a sandwich over there.
Sandwich. There you go.
Yeah.
LADYBEARD knows things.
He's more American than me at this point.
Right, because Bill Burr got famous in Philadelphia when he had that clip when he just gave the audience a hard time.
Oh, yes. I know all about that. Yes.
Yeah. So I was under the impression that Philly audiences were, not necessarily particularly kind to performers.
The thing is, I think that's more of a New York thing.
Really?
Well, actually, to be honest, I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. Let's see. Okay, Actually, we shouldn't talk about bad audiences. Let's talk about good audiences.
Well, I only say this because Bill Burr did this thingamajig, and around this, there seemed to be some reputation of Philadelphia when everyone's like, well, when you do your show in Philadelphia, Philly audiences.
Well,
I'm like, I don't know Philly audiences.
It's a tough city, though. It really is, yeah.
As in, it's like a hard place to live.
Yeah, it's a tough city, yeah.
What's snowy or rainy, or what's up?
Well, it's got the tough weather, tough people. The crime is kind of out of control.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Really, in Philly?
Yeah. It's got a reputation. Yeah, so it makes Detroit look good.
Really?
Come to Detroit. We've got the Tigers, and the Lions are not too bad right now.
There's
Lions!
There's a lot about America that I don't know. I'm trying to learn.
The interesting thing about America and Australia is that they're very similar in size, right? Because, obviously Australia's much bigger than America, but it's just like, Australia's got a Melbourne and Sydney and all these cities that are really, really, really far apart,
Yeah.
And the same thing with the United States. In the United States, you've got Los Angeles over here, you've got New York over here, you've got Miami down here, you've got Chicago up here, and these cities are so far apart where they got their own cultures, very similar to Australia.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
I've never been to Australia, but I've got a lot of Australian friends.
Australia's like city, sand, Yeah. So you're right. Like, there's city centers and then just miles and miles and miles apart.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so the US is a similar gimmick. I see. Also, you got 50 frickin' states, so, Americans talk about America like each state is a different country, So kind of trying to understand.
It's interesting. Yeah, America, when you go from city to city to city, of course, it's connected because every city has a McDonald's and a Starbucks and a Walgreens or whatnot at this point, but it's still different culture,
Right.
Different whenever there's a different baseball team, it's a different culture.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's another thing. You guys are very passionate about your sport, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. They go crazy about that stuff, yeah.
Really?
No, yeah.
Which band was it? Was it Meshuggah or someone or other was somewhere in the United States, and they gave a shout-out to a rival city's baseball team.
Uh-oh.
And the stage got mobbed.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with Boston.
Boston, really?
Oh, they love their sports over there.
Do they?
Oh, they do. They do. Oh, yeah. Boston, yeah. Actually, the first baseball team was the Red Sox.
The first baseball team?
First baseball. They call it, the Red Kinkers or whatever. What's the old name for socks?
I don't know.
Red Sox.
Knickerbockers?
Maybe that was it. But socks was easier to say.
Socks is easier to say, isn't it? That's a cat appropriate name, isn't it? Come here, little tender socks,
Tender socks.
Yeah, little tender socks. That also sounds like something you get at KFC too, though.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, some fried
not
tender
for
socks
cats.
after dinner.
Not for cats. For socks.
For socks, that's right. Were they called the Red Sox because they played baseball so hard that their feet bled and their socks turned red?
I love the way you think. No. I think they just wore red socks.
Oh, that's it. Oh, all right.
The management's like, hey guys, we don't have any money for white socks. We're really sorry. But my wife, she loves to knit, so I got red socks. She's also colorblind. Can you do a solid? Come on, hook me up. I'm the coach. I'm the manager. Just hook me up. You just wear the socks. Just wear the socks.
All right, Sammy. Wear your socks.
They came up with the red socks.
I love it. That's good. Yeah, and people in Boston were telling us it's a passionate sports city.
Oh, yeah.
Sport and university.
Oh, yeah.
Because they got MIT and they got Harvard and that.
Two big ones.
Yeah.
Are you in Harajuku with some out-of-town friends or your family or significant others? Yeah! Do you want to chill and drink beer and eat sandwiches while your friends overpay for glitter unicorn socks?
Yeah! And the flavor's gonna make you complete at Harry's Sandwich Company.
So come on down to Harry's Sandwich Company in the heart of Harajuku, right off Takeshita Street. See you there!
Yo, what's up, Faders? Got Faded Japan has got a new sponsor. Our new sponsor is Gamuso Bar, located in Asagaya, Tokyo. If you're kicking it in Tokyo and you want to get your groove on, get your fade on, you better get your ass down to Gamuso. Gamuso is located in Asagaya. It's about 11 minutes from Shinjuku Station on the Chuo line. Gamuso has weekly bands, weekly performances. And hell, if you got your own event and you want to hold it at Gamuso, we'd love to host you. So contact Gamuso at www.gamuso.com. That's www.gamuso.com. That's right, Gamuso has not only beers in the bottle, but beers on tap. We've got every drink you want, so come on down to Gamuso. Gamuso, and if I'm working, tip me.
Have your attention, please. Attention.
Hey, yo, what's up, Vaders? Johnny here. You know I love booze and news, but I also love art. So come on down to thespiltink.com and check my art out. I've got tons of stuff there for you to check out. And I've got paintings, I got prints, I got videos. And I tell you what, if you like a painting, I could probably sell it to you. And I tell you what, if I can't sell you that painting, I will definitely sell you a print. I've got prints of all my work. Prints are about 2,000 yen each, about $20. But if you buy two, you get the third one for free. So come on down to thespiltink.com. Yo, and on top of that, I'm looking for commissioned work. So if there's something that you want me to do, I can make it for you. Just check out my stuff and see if you like my style. And if you like my style, I can definitely paint you anything on canvas, paper, whatever. I've done it all. So come on down to thespiltink.com. That is THESPILTINK.com. Thespiltink.com. Proper. Mitsuya Liquors. Yo, what's up, faders? If you're in Asia, if you're in Japan, if you're in Tokyo, if you're in Asagaya, you better get down to Mitsuya Liquors. That's right. For the most affordable prices in Japan, you can get over 300 different kinds of beer. That's right, over 300 different kinds of beer. And of course, they got all the shochu you need, all the sake you need, and of course, they got wine from California to Italy to France to New Zealand. They got it all. When I say they got it all, they really, seriously got it all. There's no joke about that. So get down to Mitsuya Liquors. And if you go in there and you say, Got Faded Japan, you will be more than welcome to go into their back room and drink those beers that you just purchased. That's right, Got Faded Japan at Mitsuya Liquors. And 3 times a week, they have a sushi chef there. So get your sushi on, get your drink on, get your fade on, and come on down to Mitsuya Liquors, located comfortably in Asagaya, about 5-minute walk from the station. Mitsuya Liquors.
In Tokyo and craving soul food, we've got just the place for you. Soul Food House in Azabu-Juban. Check out what we do at soulfoodhouse.com. Come by and taste the love. We look forward to feeding you.
So in San Francisco, where you became a fully sentient human.
Yes.
At what age did you move down there?
I moved to San Francisco when I was 17, turning 18.
Right. And so, at this moment, San Francisco has the reputation of it's difficult to live inside a house. And hence a lot of people are living outside a house.
Oh, no. San Francisco back then was a completely different
Was it
city.
really?
Oh, yeah. Well, like San Francisco now to San Francisco 20 years ago is like night and day. Back in the day when I moved to San Francisco, rent was affordable.
Right.
Yeah, I had a 2-bedroom, get this, I had a 2-bedroom apartment about the same size as this place.
Okay.
2 Murphy beds, 2 walk-in closets, 2 roommates, and it was right downtown on Bush and Leavenworth. Top floor, beautiful view, in the middle of everything. I mean, it was so beautiful, so amazing. It was a great apartment, and I paid $850 for that.
Oh, wow.
Right now, that same apartment goes for $8,000 a month. $8,000 a month. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right?
So what happened?
The IT business came in. Now, San Francisco is a small city, right? And it's a peninsula. It's just surrounded by water, right?
Okay.
So it can't get any bigger. And a lot of the buildings there are vintage. The buildings are from 1912, right after the earthquake. So the thing is, it's just those buildings, you can't tear them down because they're classics, right? They're protected.
Yeah.
And but when I lived in San Francisco was not like a tech city. It was kind of like a .com city at the beginning, but it was more for artists, poets, musicians, writers, a lot of comedians. Heavy metal. Metallica is from San Francisco.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, it was a great city. There were so many interesting, cool people there. It was so fantastic. You could go to any cafe or bar in the city, sit down and have a conversation with somebody that's going to blow your mind. Somebody start talking about maybe Wilmus Burroughs or Jack Kerouac or somebody that knew them or is related to them and stuff, because the whole beatnik thing kind of took off there
right.
too. There's what's the name of the record? Well, whatever. But so San Francisco is an amazing place when I lived there. And then when things kind of went sour, that's when I GTFO and came to Tokyo.
So, was it post-financial crisis, the tech industry moved in and just brought so much money in that they pushed up the price of everything? So
and that's exactly what happened, yeah.
And of course you can't expand because it's a peninsula.
Yeah.
So, but why did more people not leave the city?
Well, people did move the city. They moved to Oakland and the suburbs. But then the Oakland and the suburbs became extremely expensive.
They got pushed up too, so it keeps getting pushed out further and further.
Yeah. So people, they all start, a lot of my friends started moving out of San Francisco, actually out of the whole area. They moved to Austin, or they moved to they moved back home, or some of them moved to Detroit, where you can buy a house for $10 or something, So yeah, which is cool.
Right.
Some of them moved to Tokyo.
Did there end up being any... I think the answer's no, but you can answer better than I do. Did there end up being a suburban sprawl from San Fran that joined that of LA and it just became one long suburban sprawl in the end?
No. The distance between San Francisco and Los Angeles is very similar to Tokyo and Osaka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of about that far, I think.
It's quite a long way, but if the city's, if both of them kept expanding, what I'm saying, from the same problem, then you would think eventually they'd meld.
Yokohama and Tokyo, where it kind of bleeds over. The only thing that separates it is the Tamagawa River.
Yeah, exactly. That old Tamagotchi River. Yeah.
Beautiful river.
It is a nice river. I see. Right. And now, but then, San Fran, things are great.
Yeah.
Something happens, things deteriorate. Why did you say I'm going to go to Japan of all places?
Well, I feel like this is my interview.
Maybe it is. Look what LADYBEARD did. I flipped it. That's what I did. The old switcheroo.
Wow, I love it. Let's see. Why Tokyo? I had 2 Japanese roommates, and I used to DJ and organize nightclubs and stuff like that. So through my Japanese roommates, I met a lot of Japanese DJs, right? And then some of my best friends were Japanese DJs. And after the .com bubble burst and all my friends graduated, all my Japanese friends graduated, they returned back to Japan. And so they kept on not calling me, but they kept on sending me emails, being like, Johnny, you gotta come on, whatever, it's so awesome here. Dude, we can book you can DJ. My mom works for Kawasaki FM, I can get you a job. And at the time, I was just DJing and floating around and working at a record store and just doing freelance stuff, whatever. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go to Tokyo and just check it out. And I did that a couple of times, and then it stuck, and then just stayed.
Okay. And that was
Long story short.
And that was in the 90s you started coming over, yeah?
Yeah, I came here first in 1998, and Tokyo was a different Tokyo back then.
I was going to say, it must have, Tokyo would have been a totally different place back then.
So much better back then. You have no idea, faders.
But that was...
No idea. It was awesome, and I lived through it. It was great. I almost died a couple of times, but here I am.
But did you get here for the end of the bubble?
No. The bubble already burst. Okay. No, I know some people that lived during the bubble. They said it was crazy.
Yeah, I've been told it was bonkers during the freaking bubble. It's like bananas.
I would, if I had a time machine, if I had a DeLorean, I would go back and experience the bubble. I would do anything. I'd be homeless because even if you're homeless, you're still making like $100 a day. Jeez.
I was watching a documentary about it.
Yeah,
and this woman is saying it felt like a magical time, like money was just emerging from the footpath and falling from the trees. There was just money for everyone in the air, always, everywhere.
Yeah, people used to tip.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's also a culture apparently in the bubble when if you wanted a taxi, you just hold out an Ichiman bill and just wave it to the street.
Ichiman yen.
Yeah, whatever.
What is that?
I don't need your peasant money. I don't know why Japanese taxi driver talks like this, but hey, you know, sometimes you watch a video, you get accent.
Oh man, yeah. So, but yeah, I wasn't here for the bubble. I was here right after the bubble. But yeah,
it's still been bananas though.
No, yeah. There's like Yamamba all over the place.
Yamamba?
Yamamba.
What's Yamamba?
Oh, Ladybeard, you're letting me down. Do you remember Yamamba? Talking to you.
Yeah,
Yamamba.
Yes.
All right. They were the girls that would wear these buffalo boots, which were sneakers that made them at least like a foot taller.
Okay.
And they would wear these like kind of like psychedelic Hawaiian outfits by a company called Elba Rosa, and they would tan their skin or paint or use makeup and make their skin super dark, and then they would have white panda makeup around their eyes.
Yeah, I know these girls. Yeah.
Pink hair, blue hair and stuff. Their teeth would be rotten out because they're smoking cigarettes nonstop all day. Yeah, and they'd be hanging out in Senta Guy all over Shibuya. Yeah. There's like a magazine called Egg Magazine, and that was like focused, and it was actually focused just for Yamamba girls. Yeah, and it's like, and Yamamba means old woman in the mountain in Japanese because people called them that because they look like old women from the mountains.
Why?
But I don't know, but I thought it was awesome. When I saw those girls, I was like, wow, this is great. I was working for a magazine when I came out to Tokyo, and I interviewed some of them. I got somebody. I was like, do you guys want Ichiman yen? Here, I'm going to give you Ichiman yen for an interview. And they're like, all right. And I was like, and I interviewed them. And to be honest, kind of boring.
Really?
Like, what do you do every day? What's the purpose behind this? Oh, we think the fashion's really cool. What do you do every day? Smoke cigarettes. Yeah, sometimes we drink on the street and hang out with our friends and play with our phones. I'm like, that's it? You know, is there a message? Is it political? Like, no, not really. What kind of music do you listen to? Well, I like classical music. Classical music?
Classical
what?
music?
Oh, yeah. It was interesting. It was really interesting. But they weren't as exciting. I mean, the way they looked and then their normal lives were just very different.
But that's quite an interesting dynamic about Japan, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Because you see people who are just externally, and then you talk to them, they're like,
very conservative,
you know.
But they were nice girls, though, very polite, very nice. You know, we drank coffee together. At that time, I couldn't speak any Japanese. I had a translator with me. Even the translator is like, God, they're kind of boring. I'm like,
poor girls. Yeah. They'd be ladies in their 50s now.
Oh, probably older than that.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a shout out for them? You got anything to say to them? If Mrs. Nakamura is watching this, former Yamamba, former Yamamba,
my Mamba, your Mamba,
exactly. Everybody's a Mamba. What's the matter with you?
Okay, they were Italian.
But those girls would have then gotten older. And one hopes
I hope so.
Had lives, maybe husbands, children, even grandchildren.
Well, they weren't. I mean, at that time, I was like 24, and they were like maybe 19 or something. They were kids. Okay, I mean, we're all kids at that point. But yeah,
sure. But they according to that logic, they should still be adults now.
Hopefully.
So I wonder where they are and what they're up to.
I wonder if I still have their contact information. I wouldn't contact them, though.
Wouldn't that be weird? Bushy.
And I meet them, they're still Yamambas. Right. They're still smoking like 2 packs a day, like, hey, Johnny, how you doing? I learned English now. I'm like, wow, your voice really changed. Yep, 2 packs a day. Smoking for life. Like,
you beat her baby smoking as well. Her first word, Yamamba.
I don't know why they love smoking. But then again, I used to smoke too. But smoking's bad, faders. Smoking's really bad. Don't smoke cigarettes.
You know, I'm not a smoker. I never have been. But I'm told it isn't good for your lungs.
Bad for your teeth too.
You know, in Australia, have you seen the cigarettes boxes in Australia?
Oh yeah, I've seen. The first time I saw those boxes that are really graphic was in Thailand.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Thailand. I was there and I was like, what are those? Oh my God. Oh jeez. Is that candy? What is that? And they're like, no, it's Marlboros. I'm like, oh.
For anyone who doesn't know, I'm not sure what happens in Thailand, but in Australia, cigarette companies, boxes for cigarettes cannot be branded. So the Marlboro logo is not on a box of Marlboros. It's just white, and it would just say in black text, Marlboro. And then it must have a big old warning. Half of the box must be a warning.
Yeah.
And then the other half of the box must be a horrendous photo of the consequences of smoking. So
Oh my goodness.
I'm not
really?
joking. They will have like deformed fetuses and whatnot. And a photo of it on the box of cigarettes. They'll have like people with eyes of
Okay. That's more than
awful.
enough. This is
Teeth and
this is a family
awful teeth.
episode.
It is a family episode.
Okay.
Hey, we're giving a public service announcement. Hey,
Smoking's bad.
Smoking's bad. But you know what? It did not stop cigarette sales at all.
They increased.
All the smokers just kept on going.
Like, this is great. I'm collecting them all.
Yeah, well, yeah, it seems to be. It didn't stop anyone.
You know what? I think anything that's sold should have that kind of a warning. For example, if you buy like a candy bar, there should be a picture of like an obese person. You're like, oh no. Or maybe you buy Coca-Cola. It shows like people where their teeth fell on because like cavities or something. Or yeah.
Well, yeah,
Or broccoli. It shows like a maybe like a skinny healthy person. Like, hey, how's it going? Broccoli's
You gotta
good.
get a chicken leg from the supermarket and it's got some jack bodybuilder doing on it. Ooh, all right, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's quite a good concept. Shows the consequences of consumption on every consumer product.
Oh my god, LADYBEARD, what if you buy like a Porsche and the picture's like a guy with his face flat out, like, because he's driving so fast, like the wind's blowing his face back.
I love
like
it.
A cartoon.
I love it. We just had a business idea, my friends.
I'm gonna have to edit this on. This is too good.
Oh,
this is too good. I'm gonna have to edit
the
this on,
idea
yeah.
stolen.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, by Friedrich in Austria.
Oh, my God.
I know you, Friedrich, you thief.
Yeah.
For stealing our ideas, Friedrich.
Yeah, the movie Titanic. Oh,
Don't get me started.
episode number 1. I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a movie called Titanic?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, yeah.
Did that actually happen?
No.
It would have been awesome. Here's a movie concept, yeah? In the future, there's like a war between robots and humans, and then one of the robots goes back in time to kill the leader of the human resistance when he's still a child.
I gotta write this down.
I'm gonna call this film The Exterminator.
What? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I've got some questions.
Tell me a question. Ask me a question, Johnny.
All right. So, since I'm way off topic, okay.
This is a pen. Sorry, go again.
Sorry, Mr. Nakamura.
Sorry, Mr. Nakamura.
He's so calling the cops. He's like, just one more time,
is.
Johnny son, you're going to prison.
Just one more time.
one more life.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Italian too.
Everyone's Italian. Why not?
Oh gosh. Okay. Twisted Kaiju toy.
Twisted Kaiju tail. Yes.
I can't even say it. I'm laughing and having such a
You're
good time.
having a good time. We're having a positive experience,
I
ladies
can't
and gentlemen.
talk. My mouth is hurting. I'm laughing too much.
This is way more fun than smoking cigarettes. You should just get involved with this. This is heaps better.
Yeah, put that butt out. Turn up the volume.
Put that butt out. Turn up the volume. That's an EDM song. Put that butt out. Turn up the volume. Put that butt out. Turn up the volume. Put that butt out. Turn up the volume. The butt today. Ask me a question about Twisted Kaiju Tail.
Hey, what is the tail?
Hello. So,
Why?
my group Baby Beard has a song called Twisted Kaiju Tale, and it's a kaiju. If you don't know, is a Japanese monster. Godzilla is a kaiju.
Yes.
He's a famous kaiju.
Yep.
He, she, they. Godzilla is a famous kaiju.
Godzilla's
But
Godzilla.
there are many kaijus within Japanese culture, so this is a song about one particular kaiju attacking Tokyo, raging. However, it turns out underneath, despite the kaiju's harsh appearance, the kaiju is actually very sweet-hearted and easy to get along with, and really, really cares. It's representative, you see. It's a metaphor for me and the girls. Looking as terrifying and destructive as I do, underneath I'm really very sweet. You can understand how the girls might be terrified of me at the beginning, but once they get to know me, we're really quite a happy family.
Fantastic. I love it.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, cool. Now I know. I know. I heard that song. I was like, oh, that's an interesting tale.
Yeah, man, that's if you haven't seen that, go to the YouTubes and watch us do the dance of it, because we're pretty proud of that dance. It's a cardiovascular workout, let me tell you.
You know what? I think everybody that watches that video should try to work out with
Yeah,
that.
you should.
It's like a workout video. It's like Jane Fonda.
Bro, let me tell you something. If you want to lose weight, boy, singing and dancing at the same time, is bonkers cardio. I just burped while speaking. I apologize.
Oh my gosh.
Singing and dancing at the same time is horrendous cardio. If I know everyone has ever done it. So when you watch these little idol girls, you don't really think that much of it. You go, these little girls just kind of dance a little bit and they kind of sing a little bit.
They're good. They're talented.
But then when you do it, it's actually very hard to coordinate. You're singing and you're dancing at the same time, especially in a different language. And it's also cardiovascularly, it's bananas. Like I've done all kinds of physical training, right? Like Muay Thai and pro wrestling and gymnastics and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Singing and dancing at the same time is some of the hardest work I've ever done. So fitness people out there, go and try singing and dancing and tell us what you reckon. It's not easy. You should dance me and Twisted Coach Tail, or the girls if you want.
Yeah. Awesome. And my next question is Metal Queens.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Great
Metal
music
Queens video, by the way.
Thank
Really cool.
you, man.
I like it.
Thank you.
I
I did that with my buddy Endigo, who's a legend.
Endigo.
Yeah.
Very cool.
When Baby Beard emerged, we launched the group. So we met Endigo because he actually commented on one of our videos, and so we found him. Endigo was in Japan at the time. He's from Sweden, but was in Japan.
Is he from Sweden?
He's from Sweden. Yeah.
I love Sweden. Yeah, Stockholm's great.
Yeah, man. That's so. But he was living here, and so we hooked up. And he turned out he was a big fan of us, and we were a big fan of his. He was a YouTuber with
at the
a ton
very
of.
beginning, it didn't seem like that though. At the
Wow!
If you watch
the music video for Metal Queens, you'll understand the thing. Go and watch Endigo and Baby Beard Metal Queens.
You got to do it
on the Click Clacks. Go and look at it on the Clicky Clacks. You can Click Clack on your personal computer. You can Click Clack on your phone. You can Click Clack on an iPad. You can ask Siri to Click Clack it on your behalf. Go and watch some Metal Queens, please. Yeah, so that's So we said we got hooked up. We said let's do a song together because it was the Great Plague of 2020. So we couldn't go outside and do things. So we're like, well, we want to do things. So so this was one of the challenges actually because we launched the group at the start of the plague, not realizing we were going to have another 3 years of plague. So all our initial things had to be done inside and following all these ridiculous COVID restrictions. So it's very difficult to be a high energy singing and dancing group where you're not allowed to high energy sing and dance, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, but with Metal Queens, we shot it all entirely in a studio and whatnot. Just, on green screen and everything. And it turned out great. So please go take a look.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's a great song too.
Yeah, tell you what, Endigo Hijanai, she is a kick-ass songwriter. Kick-ass, makes very good music.
Yeah, check it out.
If you're a metalhead, go listen. And tell you what, all the famous pop groups have a Swede making their music, so that's us too now.
Really?
Yeah, the Swedes for like all the hit songs. So they were written by Swedes.
Wow.
Justin Bieber made Swedes.
Justin Bieber, he's Canadian, isn't he?
Yeah, but all the songwriters who make the song.
Oh, okay, all right.
But don't quote me. I don't want to get sued by Bieber's people. Maybe not specifically Bieber, but
Universal. We're cool.
We're cool.
We're friendly.
Hey, Lady Beard's not an expert. This is not economic advice, but financial advice. There's not financial advice, but all the big pop stars, their songs are made by Swedes. So now our songs are made by Swedes too. It's very important. The Backstreet Boys, songs done by Swedes.
No
That
kidding.
whole generation, Spice Girls, I think, Swedes.
Really? You think it's
so.
because like the culture up there? They got beautiful furniture and great candy. Have you ever had Swedish candy?
I've had those, the ones you get from
Turkish
IKEA.
pepper?
Damn! You know those ones?
The Turkish pepper is the ones I like.
I don't know Turkish pepper.
It's like spicy black licorice. I don't like black licorice, but I like
I
Turkish
have had those
pepper.
things. Those are delicious.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Damn! You know that one, yeah? DAIM? Damn!
DAIM. Was that an acronym?
No, that's a Swedish candy. Damn!
Oh, okay, all right.
Damn!
Am I learning new Baby Beard slang or something?
Maybe that's the next song. Damn! Damn, Sweden!
You spend too much time in the States. Damn, Sweden.
Damn! But it's spelled, the name of the candy is DAIM. So I'm sorry in Swedish it's like damn or something like that, right?
Damn, it tastes good.
Exactly, it'd be something like that, right?
It tastes very good.
It'll be like sweet happiness or something.
I'm sorry,
in Swedish.
Mr. Nakamura.
Sorry, Mr. Nakamura.
Oh, man. Okay.
Swedish is good. They do that, though. They do that in Swedish.
They do. All right. Speaking of your band, how do you challenge your audience?
Oh, my Lord. How do I challenge my audience?
Yeah, how
by
do you
making
challenge your
them
audience?
sit through an hour of the nonsense I put on stage in front of them. That's how. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that question before. How do I challenge the audience?
Well, I wanted to ask you a couple of questions that nobody's ever asked you. I got a couple more up my sleeve.
That's for sure. And a question no one's ever asked. I'm not sure. I don't think we really go out of our way to challenge the audience. We're trying to give the audience a good time.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're not into good times, then that could be a challenge.
I'm here to pout.
Well, that happens sometimes. Sure, he's getting my attention.
Maybe like not to film on the phone, but enjoy themselves.
Oh, that's a great point. And my manager, Shiori, she says, we challenge the audience to, instead of filming on the phone when you're at the show, because this generation, everyone has to film everything.
Oh, we're filming right now.
Yeah, but people if people go to a concert or whatnot, everyone has to film it. So you see videos of live shows now, and back, 20 years ago, it was mosh pits and everyone's going insane. And now it's like 1,000 people with their phones held up, right? So maybe we challenge the audience to put your phone down for a second and get involved in the live interaction experience we're having right in front of you.
I like that.
Because human life is happening right in front of you, my friends. The phone, I know it's an absorbing world that sucks you into a new universe, but the real world, the tactile world, human life is right here in front of you, and it's actually kind of cool. So maybe try that at the Baby Beard show. Get involved in real life.
You know what? I think if you had like a no phone audience, like if you're just like, okay, there's no filming, everybody put the phone down, or maybe they got to check them in or something, maybe more people will dance. Because the thing is, it's just like if I'm dancing and somebody's filming me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that guy.
Exactly right.
I don't want to be that guy.
Exactly
Because
right.
I dance like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. My thumbs are around. I do the little karate kick.
Awesome. She was a very good dancer, Elaine from Seinfeld. Yeah, it's the filming now. So, now, okay, this generation is just going to have their own way of experiencing the world, I suppose. But when I was younger, a lot of kind of who I became, but professionally and artistically, sort of developed from having the freedom to be able to go out in public, do something silly, and never see these people again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank God, the good old days.
But now, just anytime you do anything slightly unusual, someone's filming you straight away, and it's on the internet instantly, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
So, now this generation, they're going to figure it out, and it's, for them it's a communication tool and so forth. But I really do say, thank goodness we didn't have it, because I wouldn't have been able to develop in the same way that I have,
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez, yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm just thinking of all the dumb things I did when I was a kid.
Bro, don't get me started, man. Imagine if that had been immortalized on camera.
Oh, God. Okay, next question.
Cheers.
All right, here we go. Now that I'm all weird. Okay, all right, tell us something that you've never said on air before.
Oh, my goodness. Something I've never said on air before.
Yes. You've heard it here first on Got Faded Japan. A secret.
There's a varicose vein in my left calf.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
There we go. All right, that's exactly what I was looking for.
I'll show it to you if you like.
No,
it might
I
be
don't want to see any veins below the belt.
You want to see my varicose vein?
No.
Is it a varicose vein? One of the ones that pops out a little bit? Where's it gone? I'll try and show it to you. Where's it gone? You can see my varicose. There he is.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that a varicose vein?
little guy.
You want to poke it?
No, I don't want to touch it.
Don't poke my vein.
No, I don't want to touch it.
Go.
Yeah,
Get involved.
I'll poke it.
Don't stab me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm going to bleed to death if you stab me in the vein.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Sure, is that a varicose vein or does that have a different name? One of those little pop-out veins?
I don't know.
It's awesome. I love it so much.
Yeah.
I'm so pro varicose vein.
Yeah, I got one in my neck.
Varicose vein sounds like a black metal vein. Oh, there you go. It's a varicose vein.
There you go. Yeah.
I love a varicose vein. See, I'm poking yours.
Yeah.
I'll poke yours if you poke mine.
I don't poke anybody below the belt.
I love a varicose vein. Varicose vein sounds like a metal band, doesn't it?
If I had a DeLorean and I went back in time when I was in a punk rock band in high school, I would have changed the name.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Start San Francisco. Oh, the generics of your call?
Yeah, well, okay, we were like the generic rubber bands, and we covered our instruments with rubber bands, and then we'd flick them at the audience,
No joke, really?
It was pretty much our friends in the garage.
You would take out an eye.
Oh, we tried.
Take out an eye would also be a metal band.
Oh my God, if I had another DeLorean. If I had two DeLoreans. Oh my goodness. All right, and do you still wrestle?
Yep, still wrestle. So I'm a pro wrestler. In case we didn't cover that before, I'm a pro wrestler. So, I think the first time I got faded, I was here in my bikini, wasn't I? My wrestling
the
bikini.
pink and white one. Yeah.
That's
body
what I
slam
wear
me. Yeah.
I did body slam you. That's right. That was awesome. I body slammed you. That was
Done that
great.
3 times.
Yes, we haven't body slammed you today.
No, well, not yet. Yeah. You did. Oh.
Stay till the end of the episode.
Oh,
hey. I still wrestle. So I spent 5 years with DDT Pro, which is a wrestling company in Japan, famous pro wrestling company.
Very awesome.
And then everything got rejiggered with the Great Plague. So I'm not in DDT anymore. I freelance, but that's fine because now that means I'm sort of allowed a certain level of, I guess, freedom. I guess that I didn't have before. So now I wrestle all over the place. I wrestle around the world and whatnot.
That's
so
great.
Yeah, it's great. So so I'm not going to tell you where the next match is because it hasn't been announced yet. But it's going to be future time from now this year. I'll be in a match in a place that I won't say right now. Yeah, but I was still wrestling. It's good.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
It's good.
And let's see, what's next for LADYBEARD?
World domination. So
you know what I thought was going to be next. Well, actually, you tell what you think is going to be, or what is next, and then I'll tell you what I think you should do.
Okay. Well, right now we're focusing on the groups. My group, LADYBEARD. So we got this year's all touring, bro. We are all over the place. So, like I said earlier, we may or may not be returning to the United States. Pure speculation. This year, Americans, check out Thingamajig. Australia tour halfway through the year. So Aussies, get excited. I can't wait.
Boom.
A lot of other things which have not been announced yet, so I can't tell you, but other physical places where we're hoping to go on an aeroplane or similar facsimile.
South by Southwest.
Hey, South by Southwest. You're exactly right.
Okay.
So this year it's a bunch of touring. We got some collaborations and some songs coming up. So please go and check out our social media. I am LADYBEARD _Japan, and the group is BABYBEARD _Japan. Same across all of them. The XEXX, the Facebooky, the TikToky, the YouTubers, and the, what's the other one? Instagram.
All over the place.
All over the place.
It's
Go
down
check
in
it
the
out,
show
please.
notes. Go in the show notes. It's all there.
It's watch that, and that'll tell you where we are at any given moment.
Now, what I think you should do,
Tell me what you
eventually,
think, yeah.
merchandise.
You can find our merchandise,
Yes.
It's on
No,
the
but
internet.
I think you've got merchandise, but I think you got to expand it, man.
Yeah?
And I've
Tell
been
me what
coming
you're thinking.
No, I used to work in advertising, you know.
Good point.
I got a degree in business and stuff, you know.
Do you?
So, yeah.
Oh, great, okay.
Advertising, yeah. I was an art director, believe it or not. Now, the thing is, though, I think you should expand. Now, what you're doing is great. The T-shirts, the keychains, all that stuff, the glow sticks is fantastic. But the thing is, you got to take it to the next level.
All right.
What I'm thinking is this. You got to move to, you got to go to companies that have a lot of money, right? For example, Tesla. Now, Tesla makes rockets and cars and stuff like that. So you got to work with Tesla. You got to be like, Tesla, I know you're coming up with all these concept cars, but why don't you take the concept cars and then you make it for the people, the hardworking people, the real people. So I was thinking that maybe you come up with like the LADYBEARD mobile.
The Beardmobile. That's a great idea.
Mobile, right? That can be really cool. That's good. Or maybe LADYBEARD, the action figure, with the kung fu grip. Right?
Yes, good idea.
That could be awesome. Yeah. So then your kids could collect them all because, you've got so many different outfits.
Yes, I do.
Then you've got your dancers and singers and stuff.
Yes, we do.
They can all wrestle each other and stuff. Yes. You can have that. And then maybe let's see here, LADYBEARD, the 3D rock and roll movie.
Oh,
basically,
my
yes, you got
Lord.
a movie. It's in 3D.
3D?
It's got to be in 3D.
Like Final Destination.
110% 3D.
goodness.
Yes, absolutely. Where you wear the goggles and stuff is like going towards you, whatever. I think that's exactly what you got to do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then maybe you can make something a little bit more domestic for like the family folk and stuff. So you could have LADYBEARD, the waffle maker. Where people can make their own
I used to
waffle
make your own
beards,
waffle.
right? You put the batter in there.
beard.
Yeah, it's a waffle
It comes
beard,
out
right?
beard shaped with the pigtails. The bigger the pigtails.
There you go. Yes, absolutely. And this list wouldn't be complete if I didn't say LADYBEARD, the flamethrower.
You got him all, my friend.
Exactly.
Hey, how else are you going to get that waffle nice and reheated? You know?
Exactly. And, I was thinking for Christmas and stuff, you could get something for the whole family. I mean, every dad wants a flamethrower, especially in our generation.
Yeah, come on now. It's bread and butter by this stage. You can't have a dad without a flamethrower.
That's true.
You're
That's
a cat
definitely
dad. You can't have a cat dad without a flamethrower.
Well, I think Jaja has a flamethrower.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said, "Where's my snacks, Johnny?" I'm like,
my
all right,
goodness.
I'll get you the snacks. I'm so
Goodness
sorry.
gracious me.
You woke me up, huh?
Those are excellent.
That's how she talks.
Excellent merchandising. That's how she talks.
That's when
Why?
when she drinks, yeah.
Those are excellent merchandising ideas. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Shiori.
We're getting the thumbs up.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah, bodyguard said thumbs down. They're like, that flamethrower is a bad idea. Yeah, well, the guy over there is calling the lawyer. He's like, I don't know. The lawyer's pissed.
How effective a weapon is a flamethrower? Because their range is not particularly long, is it?
The thing is, though, I never understood the flamethrower, because if you're shooting a flamethrower, isn't it hot for the guy that's holding it? You're like, this is hot. This is hot. My hands.
Rammstein, when they're interviewed, they talk about how hot it gets on stage because they use all that pyro, flamethrowers coming out of the guitars and whatnot.
Dangerous, yeah.
Very dangerous. So Flaka, the little keyboard player who gets put in the pot and everything, he talked about on stage, it's hot. It's not a little bit warm, it's hot. And it's dangerous, and they get burns and whatnot. And people don't, the audience does not have a concept of how uncomfortable it is to be on stage in that level of heat. You gotta play your 90-minute long show, headbanging and everything the whole time, and it's boiling hot the whole time.
My gosh. I wonder what they drink. Like, we're sponsored by Pepsi. Or
Clearly, im Mittelfeld. That's what they drink. This German cup. That's what Rammstein drink from. Im Mittelfeld. Zeisen 2017-18. Excellent. Which team is this?
This is a
IF
soccer
Union?
team.
IF Union? TF Union? TF Union. Excellent.
We have a lot of fans in Berlin, so yeah, they know. They're like, I know that team. How did you get that cup?
Meine liebe Berliner, vielen Dank für heute. Gottfried gesagt. I can't speak German anymore.
Ich liebe dich. Is that it? I love
liebe
you.
dich. Yeah, that's good.
Dich.
I can't.
Ich heiße Johnny.
Good, you do. Yes, true.
Du bist Scheißka.
Wow,
the bad words. Yeah.
Now we've so gosh lost our G rating, Johnny.
It's not that bad if it's in German.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, how many German kids watch this show?
I don't know. How many German kids watch this show?
About 200.
17, I was going to say.
They're like, ich bin irgendein Spiegel.
Meine Lehrerin.
Das ist nicht so gut. Oh Gott, bitte, das Spiegel. It's okay. All right, so now we're PG-13, but that's okay. We get one.
Have you spent time in Germany?
Oh, many, many, many times.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, I used to go on tour back in the day. Yeah, I used to go there and I used to paint at the nightclubs.
Oh, no joke.
Yeah, I used to do the live painting and stuff.
In Berlin and whatnot.
Yeah, I did that since I think the first time I went there was in 2012. And I went there once or twice a year all the way until the pandemic. And the pandemic destroyed everything, so.
Yeah.
But
that'd be crazy live painting in German nightclubs.
Yeah, there's 5,000 people watching me. There's a DJ here, there's a DJ there, there's dancers over here. I've got this huge canvas. It was about the size of this wall right here, and I'm painting this huge canvas with black lights and fluorescent paints and stuff or whatever.
Awesome.
And it was absolutely amazing. And then I would do that one night, and then I get on an airplane, then I fly to France and do it over there. And I do it in Paris, then I go to Amsterdam, and then Greece.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Let me interview you for a second. When you're doing your live painting,
sure, yeah.
How tiring is that not? Because I imagine it takes a good 2 hours or something to get a whole wall painted. Yeah.
Oh, way more than that.
Way more. Really? How long does a painting take?
Depending on the size. A wall this size will probably take me about 5 or 6 hours. But
5 or 6 hours?
Well, yeah. Well, not 5 or 6 hours. Probably about 4 or 5 hours or so. It really depends on what I'm doing, right? It depends on how much detail I'm doing, how fast I'm working. But the thing is, once I start really working, it's just time flies. Before I know it, it's halfway done. Right. And it depends on how many people talk to me too.
Right.
It's when you're working, people will start coming up to you and they're like, "What are you doing?" Because they don't have that concept of live painting over there. That's why I got booked so much.
Oh, really?
Especially with black lights and stuff. I was one of the first live painters here in Japan, in Tokyo.
Talk me through live painting, because I'm not sure I really get it. Talk me through it.
Okay, so I definitely focus on DJ events, but I've also done rock and roll events and stuff. And when a band's performing or a DJ's playing the records or music, I'll have a canvas and I'll put it up on a wall and I'll set up black lights and I'll paint with fluorescent paints and I'll paint something really, really, really mind-blowing, usually kind of sexy. And it's a great performance. I'm dancing around, and the thing is when I come up with a concept, an idea for the painting, it changes dramatically because when you're up there's a lot of energy from the crowd. You've got there could be anywhere from 50 people to 5,000 people behind you dancing and enjoying the night, and the music's so loud, they're so powerful, and you get into the whole groove, you're in the muse, right? And you're putting paint in places and you're making these images and stuff, and you start off with one idea, but because there's so much energy and creativity in the air, the paint is completely different by the time you finish. And then when you finish, you're like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And this is actually one of my paintings that I made at a nightclub. Was it this 3 years ago or something that I made into a t-shirt? Yeah.
Really?
But this one was a small one. I did this one in Tokyo. So Yeah, so, and then the crazy thing is like, I use black lights, right? So everything's glowing. It's like, bong. And like, you see a lot of like live painters here in Tokyo and other places in the world, they use white lights, right? Like tungsten lights. When you go to a nightclub, you want to be kind of like incognito. You don't want people to see you, you know? So you want to dance and have a lot of fun, you know? You want people like filming you and like putting you on the internet and stuff, right? So the thing is, I use black lights. So like everybody's like, I mean, even myself, you can't really make out my face. And if you take a picture, you know, like cameras don't really pick up black lights and people and stuff so well, so everybody's all purple and stuff. The photos, they turn out pretty nice, but of the artwork, but of people, not really. So it's like the perfect medium, and I've been doing it since the first time I painted was in 2011, right after yes. It was 2011, like the weekend of the big earthquake that happened here.
No joke.
I painted at Club Woom, right? My friend,
Woom.
Yeah, this is a crazy story. It was my first time painting at a nightclub, painting live, right? And I was practicing and I was getting all ready and stuff, whatever. And the earthquake happened, the big earthquake in 2011, which is devastating, right? And all of a sudden, like afterwards, the next day I called my friend. I was like, oh my God, is the event still happening? The event was on Sunday and the earthquake was on Friday afternoon. My friend's like, oh my gosh, all the DJs from overseas canceled, but the club says we have to do the show. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm super down. So I show up at the club, there's nobody there, right? I show up like an hour before, like half the staff didn't show up, half the DJs didn't show up. So it's like the organizer, me, and I think like 5 or 6 other people. And so there's 3 floors of DJs, but we only focus on the one floor, right? The other floors are just open, but there's nobody there. There weren't even bartenders there, right? And so pretty much like they played music the whole time, and I painted the whole time, and there was nobody there. Nobody. So we just enjoyed the beverages. We painted, and we had a lot of fun, to be honest. But I mean, that was my first time painting. So the first time you do anything like stand up, or the first time you do pro wrestling, you're so nervous and stuff. I wasn't nervous at all. I was like, nobody's here. If I mess up, it's okay. This is great.
It's like painting in private. Happy days.
This is like my bedroom.
Wow. So okay. So. Mm-hmm. So while you're painting, it's not like it's, okay, your time starts now and your time ends now. It's just the painting happens over the course of the evening. I guess you can go away and go to the bathroom and whatnot, do what you got to do, chat with people.
Oh, yeah, of course,
Right, and then by the end of the night, hopefully you'll have a finished image, yeah?
Yeah, always. And I'm the first one, like, I show up early, and then I'm the last one to leave.
Really?
Because the thing is, I want everybody to enjoy the painting when it's finished, not just the process of the painting. So when the painting's finished, after that, then I just hang out and I meet people and I socialize, I dance, I hang out with the DJs in a VIP room or something. So, it's cool. It's a lot of fun. And, so, I mean, if anybody out there, you want to book me, I travel. So, I've got a visa. I've got a credit card. Yeah, just let me know and pay me.
Does the audience ever want to get involved in the painting? Take your brushes and start getting involved?
Yeah, not in Japan. They don't do it in Japan, but in Europe, some countries, they're like, no, we paid tickets. We're here, so we're supposed to paint too. I'm like, no. So, and I used to have an issue with that in some places. So when I do set up, I talk to the staff and the security. I'm like, listen, I need some kind of like a barrier, right? So then they put like a barrier or something like that. Or if I'm lucky, I'm on a stage or something, so I'm elevated. So, yeah. But I never had any real issues. It's just like, I'm like, oh, sorry, they flew me out here. They paid for my hotel and stuff. This is like what I do or whatever. And then most people, they pretty much understand. Even like the super drunk ones. Like, really? Can I paint a little bit? And I'm like, And the one time I said yes, this guy did like a graffiti. Like he wrote his name, like a
tag.
A tag, yeah. And I was just like, that is the worst one ever. All right, thank you very much.
Right,
and then I painted over it.
I see.
But it was fine, though. I don't mind. It's cool.
Wow, well, I would need to see one of these live painting events. It sounds great.
No, they're fantastic. You're more than welcome. And I can do it at your events, too.
Thank you. That'd be dope. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, totally cool.
Live painting. So now, where, which countries have you live painted in?
Okay, of course, Japan.
Yeah.
And Okinawa. Some people are like, Okinawa's it's Japan.
Oh, it's Japan. Come now.
So, okay, Japan, all over Japan. Let's see. I've painted in, of course, the United States. Yeah. And then when it comes to Europe, I've painted in Germany, France, Holland, Greece.
Greece?
Yeah, Athens. But I've painted in all these places, multiple places. Actually, when I painted in Greece, it was when the economy fell apart and they had all the anarchists fighting, like the cops or whatever. I was in this club that was in this basement, right? This huge nightclub that was in a basement. And when we went to the club was like, it was like normal. We showed up at the place, whatever, said hi to everybody, went downstairs, the music was going, I set up, I was painting, whatever. It was an amazing event, a lot of fun. And then when we left the event in the Chicago morning, I came outside, I saw the sun, and I smelled like this nasty smell. It's, what's the smell, whatever. And it was like tires that were on fire because as we're in this basement and we're like DJing and having a good time or whatever, up above us, there's like huge protests where like all these people are protesting with the police officers and stuff. And everybody in the club had no idea because you couldn't leave and come back or whatever. So we exited and we're like, oh my God, I'm covered with paint and stuff. Dude, every time I've been to Europe to paint, I've got a million stories. I've almost died like 10 times. Like almost fell off a building once. It was crazy. But live painting is an exciting job. I highly recommend it to any daredevil out there.
Who would have thought that painting could be a high-risk vocation?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, a lot of times, like when you go overseas and stuff, as you know, you're like the famous guy, right? So when you're the famous guy, a lot of people try to impress you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You get in somebody's car, their Porsche, and they both go on the Autobahn, and they're like, Johnny, is your safety belt fastened? I'm like, yeah. They're like, you don't need it. And then all of a sudden they go like 300 kilometers an hour. And you're like,
wow. No
like,
joke.
Yeah, it happened. I'm like, slow down. Wow. I can't breathe. Yeah, because, doesn't that happen to you? Don't like like the organizers and people want to impress you and...
I don't think quite like that.
No,
I think they say, let's take you out for a pleasant dinner. That's normally how they try to impress.
I get that too. A lot of times they take me out for Japanese food. I'm like, no, I don't want to eat Japanese food.
There's plenty of that at home. Wow. So, when you're live painting... Culturally, for these different places you painted at, how do the different cultures... How working for different audiences as a performer for different cultures, it's always like one of the things I've learned from doing this is a bearded white man in a skirt means something different in each culture. Yeah. So for you, when you're painting, how do you find that you as an artist and your work interacts with the various cultures?
You know what? Pretty much like when I do live painting, my style is just like, I've been doing the same style for so long, right? Well, actually now the style is very different, but it's just like the concept. It's usually like really like sexy girls with records or DJs and music and very sexy oriented, right? So that's what I'm known for. And anyway, so I do that. So anybody that looks at the flyer, looks at like the event page and they check me out and stuff, they know what to expect. And every audience is very respectful, very great. Every club that I've worked with overseas has been absolutely fantastic. I don't have any bad stories or anything like that to tell. I mean, crazy stories, yeah, but, which are kind of fun, to be honest. But, nothing really bad. The only time, okay, all right. The only time I had one kind of a weird thing happen was actually in Japan. And I was painting at this club that opened up right before the pandemic and then closed because of the pandemic. And it was this club that was in this deep basement of Shibuya, right? And it was like a huge club for a minute, and it was really, really popular. And I was painting at this one guy's event, and I was painting this really sexy girl, and she had a skirt that she was kind of lifting it up, and it was like, kind of sexy, right? Okay. And so I had that, and I painted it, and this is kind of like in the kind of like a side room where the music isn't that loud, so you can talk to people. There's like food there and stuff, whatever. And then I finished the painting, and then I went back to like where the food was, because one of my friends was a vendor. So I'm there, I'm hanging out, and having a drink and stuff, and these two people from an English-speaking country come up. It's like a couple, a man and a woman, and the woman goes by, she goes, "Oh my God, would you look at this? This is despicable. This is terrible. This is absolutely horrible. Of course, in Japan, they have stuff like this. This is pornography, blah, 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 blah. Oh, Japan, blah, 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 blah." She's saying like all this stuff, and I'm like thinking like, oh my God, little does she know I'm the one that painted it, right? And then this is the best thing. She's like storms off, but her boyfriend stuck around, was looking at it. He pulled on his phone and took a photo of it.
Awesome.
And I was just like, yes, yes, yes.
I agree. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I still got the painting. It's over there under my bed.
No joke, really?
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
Awesome. Tell me the story about how you almost fell off a roof.
Oh, no. I was in Amsterdam and I was painting at this event. It was like a hotel building. So it's a huge hotel. It's like 20 stories tall.
Just quickly, I love any story that begins with "I was in Amsterdam." Please keep going.
No, it's not bad. But anyway, we go to this hotel, and it's like this hotel on the very top floor. During the day, it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
But in the evening, they turn it into a nightclub, right?
Oh, great!
And I'm dreadfully scared of heights. I hate heights, right? And so
height hater.
Oh yes. Roller coasters, forget about it. So anyway, I go there and I'm like, whoa, this place is pretty cool. It's very posh, right? And there's like this amazing DJ booth and stuff. And so I talked to the organizer. I'm like, so where do you want me to set up? He's like, okay, so see these big windows that overlook the city? I want you to put the canvas on the windows. So you're going to go up on this ledge. You're going to stand next to the window, and you're going to put the canvas up there, and you're going to paint on that. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, just do it, whatever. It's fine, no problem. I'm like, okay, great. So I go up there and I put up the canvases, and I'm like this close to like the window, right? And I'm looking down. I see all these cars kind of driving by and stuff. I'm like, I'm sweating. My hands are sweating. I'm shaking. I'm like, my heart's beating. I'm like, I need some water. So, or a drink. So anyway, I'm like kind of freaking out, but I'm cool, right? So I'm up there and I set everything up, and people come in and stuff, whatever, and they turn up the bass. And the bass, I don't know if it's the bass or the wind or whatever, but being up there, all of a sudden the window started shaking, started moving back and forth, right? And this ledge that I'm standing on is like this far. It's about the size of a shoebox. So I'm kind of leaning on the window while I'm painting, that's going back and forth like this. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, if this breaks, I'm gonna die and I'm not gonna get paid. Oh my God, this is be terrible. So yeah, it didn't break, obviously. I didn't fall, obviously, but like for that time, it was like a very, very high stress situation.
That sounds like stress. You didn't think it was within your limit of statutations to say to the organizer, I'm terrified of heights, can I not paint here, please?
No, I didn't want to look like a baby. I said, right up there, got this.
Wow, really? Okay, well, that's all right. Well, look, perception is reality, so it's excellent that you projected confidence. That's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I am a baby. I have no hesitance about admitting that. When I lived in Hong Kong, there's a theme park called Ocean Park, and every year they do a very famous haunted house.
Oh, I love haunted houses.
At Halloween. It lasts for like 8 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And people from Hong Kong go to haunted house with the family, and it's this fun event. I was terrified in this haunted house.
Are you serious?
I was so scared. I was like, the whole thing. Awful.
Oh my God.
You know the one have you been to Fuji Q with the haunted hospital?
No, I have not.
Bro. So the very first thing
why
that
are all
happened,
these guys laughing?
Oh, bro. If you don't know, Fuji Q Highland is the name of the very famous theme park in Japan, and it has the biggest roller coaster in the world. I loved roller coasters till I went to this theme park, and now I've had enough roller coasters. This place is so terrifying. Anyway, they have a haunted hospital, right? You wait in line for 2 hours or whatever to get in. Finally, you get in. The first thing that happens is a door closes behind you, and a zombie doctor goes, runs at you.
I'm already scared.
Dude, I turn around. So my martial artist got me instincts, right? This dude runs at me. And I go, and I go to kick him. I miss him by that much. And of course, it's an actor, right? He goes, kick, no! Go! I'm like, sorry. That whole thing, but they give you, it's all dark. They give you a flashlight. And you have to, like, guide yourself around. I was like, those, like in police movies, when they got the flashlight coming out the back of their hand, they do this around the corners and stuff. I was so scared.
Oh my God.
I was so terrified.
Really?
I was there with my old manager, and she's this little Japanese woman, so now I feel this big sense of responsibility to protect her.
Yeah.
And there's zombies and whatnot popping out, but then I'm so scared. We're going through this thing so slowly.
Really?
And then other Japanese people are just kind of walking past and not scared of this whole thing.
Come on, kids, let's go.
100%. I'm like, I'm such a baby. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. LADYBEARD, I think we're almost out of time. You gotta go.
It's been a pleasure, brother.
Dude,
thank you, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Pleasure. Thank you, bro.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. So so you're on episode number 90 and then episode number 130. So sporadically, you got to come back.
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Or every 100 episodes.
So 90, 130. What's this, 741?
This is 741.
Dude, you've done so well with this podcast, man. I'm so impressed. Good job.
I know. I'm so rich.
Good job.
Hey. Not.
Hey. Got minted Japan. That's what they call it.
Want to buy a t-shirt? We're looking for sponsorship. South by Southwest. I'm looking at you.
Hey, South by Southwest Airlines. We're looking at you, baby. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for inviting inviting me back.
Thank you, man. Is there anything that you need to plug? That you want to plug? That you should plug?
Australia tour halfway through the year.
Boom.
Aussies, see you there. Americans, please pay attention to my social media. Something. And everyone else, pay attention to the social media because maybe a little bit of the Europe, maybe a little bit of the Southeast Asia. This year, go to at LADYBEARD _Japan. Press follow, subscribe, etc. And please go to my group at BabyBeard _Japan. Like, click, follow, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the notification button, hit the. Oi, listen, I'm so bad with the tech. Listen to me, I'm like a bumbling gorilla. The press button.
I use my nose.
Yeah, right. I'm looking into my mirror machine. Glass boxer. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for paying attention. Please check out my group, BabyBeard. Make sure you keep supporting and paying attention to Got Faded Japan. My man, Johnny #1. Hey, this man's running for Tokyo Mayor. Johnny, #1. He's going to clean up this one-horse institution. This man,
I don't want the responsibility.
Hey.
I got to call my lawyer now. Yeah, cleaning up the institution. No, I'm part of the institution.
No, drain the swamp, Johnny. Drain the swamp.
Oh, jeez, Louise. I got enough on my plate.
Well, fair enough.
Oh, gosh.
All right. We'll just muddy up that swamp. We'll stir it around with a big stick.
I'm swimming in it, baby. Here I am.
It's good swimming in a swamp. You ever swum in a swamp?
I kind of have.
Yeah, you get that algae all over you, and that's actually quite good, isn't it?
So I got that rash.
Do you have anything you want to plug? Go to Got Faded at Got Faded Japan. Is that your head?
They're there right now. They're fine.
I don't know.
But faders, thank you very much for tuning in to Got Faded Japan. If you can, go to iTunes, give us a 5-star review, write something groovy. It means a lot to us. We do have a Patreon. Give us a couple of bucks. It keeps the lights on. Also, we are all over social media. Instagram is probably the best way to check us out. We upload stuff almost every single day. Funny videos, crazy videos, wild videos. This video, maybe some shorts will be up there too. And and if you are in Japan, come down to Tokyo Art Tank happening on May 27th to June 2nd. I forgot for a second. Oh boy, I need another cup of coffee.
I'll just tell you a little bit of knowledge that I have from working with the 20-year-old Japanese females before we go.
Okay.
If I sit slightly forward on this and you sit slightly backwards, see how I just get close together now. Do you see how now your face is smaller than mine, so you look cuter than me? So this is what the girls will do. They'll they have the guy they like, and they'll introduce a friend, and they'll go, isn't this girl cute? Sit here, so her face looks smaller and she's cuter. It's all Machiavellian and subversive.
Oh my
So
gosh.
the guy is like, well, you have a big face. And he'll be more attracted to, can you believe it? Look at this Machiavellian subversive system. We should probably cut this.
All right, we're going to cut all this out.
Thank you for watching Got Faded Japan. Bye-bye.
My little brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire. Will you wait till Mom finds out, buddy?
I've got a government job to abuse and a lonely wife to fuck.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
God, the pressure! I can't take it! I can't take it! I can't stand to it!
You sure are serious, man?
We're going freaking! We came, we saw, we kicked his ass!
Your move, creep.
Oh, man. I will never forgive your ass for this shit. This is some fucked up repugnant shit.
Suicide, it's a suicide.
Ah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.